you guys are doing just fabulous today. You know, my life is just like perfect and peachy. And I hope that if I say it enough, it'll happen, you know? And like overcome all these like things I know about in the spirit that I apparently already beat physically. So now I have to give my testimony. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Sorry, that was kind of like a bad introduction, but welcome to my channel. This is like a dream interpretation channel, and it's basically like a humongous long testimony of mine. I dream about celebrities, and I see them as different principalities in my life, like I see them as like the sin, unfortunately, of like the people in my world, like principality for like division, suffering, fear, intimidation, like whatever, like prosperity. So I see like different celebrities as different people that I met along my life journey, okay? Like in one of my other videos I talked about, I seen Jennifer Lopez as like my sister-in-law. Okay, like I think that she represents two things in my sister-in-law. Like she represents her beauty of her righteousness, but she also represents like strife, like when I fight with my brother or something, like she just does not like to get involved in our quarrels. So she doesn't put like any inputs, like rather like she doesn't rebuke him for being wrong, and she just like stays out of it kind of. So like I've seen her as like that person, although she's like, she has beauty for like she's kind, you know. Like I've never seen Jennifer Lopez in a dream as like mean or anything. One time I seen her like looking kind of ugly. I don't know what that was about. I've seen her as her, and I've seen her as my ex-boyfriend. Okay, so maybe that's why I seen her looking ugly in that vision. So I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that. I don't want like my family to be mad at me because I'm talking crap about them, because I'm like not giving my testimony. Okay, so in my testimony that I've given, I talk about like all these curses that I've seen because I used to listen to like worldly music, and I started realizing like once I started praying for wisdom in the spirit, started praying for prophecies, have the spirit of prophecy, and started having my dreams, and like got attacked, like my mind got attacked, I got possessed. Once that happened, because I was in the church, I started like blaming the church, and like I'm sorry for that. Like I really don't believe that the church cursed me, because now I know that the entertainment that I had in the past and the curses like came from like what I was listening to, what I was watching. Like one time this lady at the church was like, why do you watch that stuff? Like you need to be careful what you watch, okay? And I didn't understand, so obviously like blame the church and everything. But I know that myself and the whole church got attacked by this curse in the past of these like celebrities. I don't know if it's like these Illuminati people that are like freaks. And you know, one thing I know is that actors and actresses, sinful actors and actresses, like from what I know in the spirit, they get paid to act, right? Like what they're doing in the spirit is pretending to be someone righteous and cursing them, like playing out this whole like curse. Like I saw Chloe Mortiz as like one of these people, and I saw Ben Affleck's wife as one of these people. Like they get paid by the devil to curse the righteous, and they get paid to act, and that's how they have their glory, okay? Like, and I seen like an actual curse against like my life as this chick Chloe Mortiz, but I apparently already beat this bitch up, or not her, but like the spirit that does this against my personal life, because I'm seeing it. Like I saw her in the fifth wave, and like that the whole movie in the spirit is about her like destroying all my favor, and like she's getting paid for it, you know. But like basically like what that related to was this fight when I was a kid. This girl was stuffing her bra and I exposed her. She wanted to fight and I ended up beating her up, okay? So that was how I beat that curse, when I was in the world. So apparently like listening to this worldly music in the past, like the singers that I favored in the past beat up these actors in the past. Or like, I don't even know if that's true, but I saw TB Joshua like delivering me from them, from the covenant with the actors in a dream. So physically, I beat them when I fought this skinny bitch, okay? In the spirit, I saw TV Joshua that delivered me, okay? Or he gave me favor for deliverance or something. And now I see like these celebrities, like all of my favorite celebrities in the past, like everyone I list, they're all like my favorite celebrities in the past. Like I've seen them as like for their own favor. They watch the movies, I guess. They see every way that I fought back in the movie, and then they make a performance about how they're gonna fight me so that I can't fight back for their own favor. Okay, like she's gonna do this and this. And this is like the shit I've seen in their videos. She's planning on doing this and this and this to overcome us as a curse of destruction. So this is what we're gonna do to destroy her. And when I was at church, like I saw this thing, and you know the church can represent like a temple of the Holy Spirit, right? So it represents my body. So seeing this now, I'm getting this spirit, this like getting delivered from this evil spirit in my body, and it just so happened to happen at this church on Sunday yesterday. Praise God for that, okay? Because I seen her there. The spirit of this like beauty for this like sinful testing against my life. She represents like the favor for the people that do this, and you know, like in these dreams I'm gonna talk about, you know, this happened. Like this girl represents this girl along my life journey in the past. She was like self-destructive because she was like abused as a child, and something went wrong for us. Like she would like cut herself, hit herself. Like she was like a really kind of like crazy, and I don't think she really liked me anyways, but we were friends. And like all the shit I'm going through right now because of these like curse of destruction and the Illuminati or whoever it is that gets paid to destroy the righteous on earth, like the Romans in the Bible, like that's who I seen as this chick for some reason, okay? And I don't know if they blame me for it or what, but so, you know, in my visions I saw Phor. I saw Hazel E from Love and Hip Hop. Like I see all the people that I for some reason was like drawn to. If you favor people on earth and you realize that they're cursing you, that represents a favor for a curse on your body, because you're blind and you don't know the truth. So I stopped listening to worldly music. I stopped watching movies completely until I could see the truth. And like my testimony of this stuff in the past was when I was actually in the world, and you know, I can't say like I was battling this in the past, but I truly overcame them with the spirit of righteousness and prayer, okay? And the church. When you're going to the church, if you're a righteous person, that place represents like your body. Like you're all one body of Christ. So if you see something in the church that you don't agree with, pray against it, because that represents your body, like the spirits that are in your body, okay? So, you know, I saw like, I had a dream that these people were standing in white, and they were like speaking perverted, and I had my arms folded at the time, but I saw them doing it, and so I just went like this, like having my hands, I said in that dream, having my arms folded over righteousness, getting off on the wrong foot is losing authority, okay? Because now I could see the truth, okay? Not seeing in the spirit, lost authority, okay? Because I was so faithful and dedicated to God, and I was going to church religiously when I had my daughter to be free from this, because I know that the world just refused to stop destroying me. So like on Sunday, okay, like this girl did like a dance performance. She's a beautiful girl. When I walked in, this represents like my body in the past having favor for the world, and how I kicked them out of my body once I realized what they were and what they were doing. It like really represented this past like yesterday. This just happened on earth apparently for me. So I smiled at this girl when I walked past her because she's like beautiful, you know, and that represents my favor for this curse. Then she came out on the stage and was doing this like dance performance, but I knew what spirit she represented because of what she was wearing, okay? She had like a long black gown on with like gold on it. She represents like the beauty and the favor for the sinful testing against my life, and like the Illuminati, or like these evil spirits that get paid for entertainment to curse the righteous. Like, that's what she represented in my body, because I've seen her at this church, okay? So she's doing this like dance performance. She was dancing to that the beat, like break every chain, okay? So this just represents like the perversion of like people pretending to be righteous in the music industry or the acting industry when they're just like not. They're cursing you. And she was doing like weird, like dance work. It wasn't weird, but she was like doing something like this. Like, she did the same routine like over and over and over again. She represents the curse of destruction in my life over and over and over again. She was like doing this, and then she did something like, and she did like the same routine. Like, she like jumped around and did some spins, and like at the end she turned around and like touched her where her belt would be at and like went like this. What she was saying was that favor for my life for waiting on God in the future is leaving. This is like what I've seen with these celebrities acting out in their performances, okay? And like she's talking about my plans and how she plans to destroy them, okay? I hope to God that this woman is not like into this shit, but this is what I've seen in these celebrities, okay? She was saying that favor, because 5 can mean like favor, your throat can mean like your future. So she's saying that in the future, waiting on God for deliverance is going to be division. So I'm not going to wait on God for deliverance anymore, because this is already happening now. Then she said like favor for obedience is losing authority. My favor for listening to the world lost authority. So her plan to beat this, the spirit of destruction that I seen as this like beautiful woman in my church, she said the truth about the past lost authority. So the curse for these, like this curse of destruction on my life, their plan to beat my deliverance was to just lie about my truth and stop me from giving my testimony. And I remember like she came back out, she dressed into her clothes, and she was wearing like a gray python like shirt and like had all black on and black heels. She represents rule for people in this industry. She represents the beauty of rule for the people in this industry that have rule for lies, okay? They have wisdom of like lies, like people acting in the music, like in the acting in Hollywood, the celebrities that I've seen that do this shit, that just try to curse the righteous, and they make a living off of it, okay? Like in my past, so I'm gonna talk about when I overcame this, okay? When this actually happened for me physically, and now I'm seeing a physical manifestation of it, okay? I turned around before she left and I said like, destruction to the truth in the past lost authority. Okay, I'm giving my testimony. There's nothing you could do about it. And then she left because I saw her, okay? So that represented this like evil, wicked spirit leaving my body. And then I seen visions of like someone like really ugly with a mask on talking on the phone like, she saw me, okay? And then I saw this chick, the same chick. I seen her back, and she was like, like she turned around and looked over her shoulder and smiled at me. And then I seen this dude on a swing. He looked crazy, okay? Like, he had a green shirt on, and he was like on the swing, like. So that whole thing, that vision represents like the beauty of this destruction in the past. I seen her looking, that's who she represented. She, like, I saw the hypocrisy in this thing. I saw who she was in the spirit. So that's why she was communicating that she got exposed. She can't do shit about it because she got exposed. And she's not stopping my testimony or the spirit. Then I saw this like person on a thing, like on a swing looking crazy, So I know that I know who that like represents now. In my past, it was this young girl that I used to hang out with. Like the swing, first of all, like the truth about joy and anger looking crazy for the truth about the world or whatever, okay? That's what she represented. This girl I used to hang out with, like one time, she was like really, really short. And this was this girl that got abused as a child and was like traumatized for it. So she would like cut herself and stuff. And like one time we had these guys over and her sister caught us and she kicked them out. And this girl was so mad that she ruined our like fun that she went to the bathroom and started cutting herself. Okay, like I had a vision that like apparently like people are like blaming me of like being this person, because I had a vision of myself with like really ugly short hair, and I was talking into a mirror and washing my hands. Like, she's just really mad because she gained so much weight. Okay, that was like, I'm gonna talk about when they cursed me with lies. Okay, and physically along my life journey. And she was like, I saw a reflection of myself with no glory, mad because I'm insensitive about the situation in my life, or mad because I feel like I can't do nothing about it, and mad because of insensitive favor. So I'm like washing my hands. Okay, so when I was hanging out with this chick, I was like, we were like around a bunch of gangbangers. When she got mad, like, so her sister catching us could represent like exposing this like sinful covenant with these actors or whoever. This happened physically on earth. This girl represented this like I guess this like sinful covenant of these people that are attacking me because they're mad that I left this covenant with them and they're still attacking me or something like that, you know? Like, I seem like this crazy person. So this curse represented this girl, I guess, in the past that I used to hang out with. Like, we were hanging around a bunch of gangbangers, you know? She looked like crazy because she was mad and she started cutting herself. Like, I've never done that. One time I was hanging out with her and I, like, cut my leg. Like, kinda, you know? I think that just represents when I stopped listening to worldly music, okay? Because I lost my strength. And, like, we were hanging out with gangbangers, okay? These dudes wanted me to, like, they wanted to, like, run a train on me. In the spirit, gangbangers can represent, like, principalities for, like, fear and intimidation, okay? They wanted me to, like, be a gangbanger. And, I wouldn't let them do that, right? I wouldn't be a gangbanger. They wanted me to be, like, an evil principality for fear, okay? But I'm more powerful than a principality for fear because I overcame fearful dreams in the past when I started praying against fear. So the principality for prayer is more powerful than this evil principality for fear, okay? They wanted me to be like one of them, and I wouldn't. And I remember one time, like, this dude wanted me to carry a gun for him, just like in a backpack across the street. That represented, because I don't want to be a part of that, I don't want to lie and be an actor and be famous for destroying someone. That's not righteous for me, okay? God didn't create me to be that person. So that means that he wanted me to walk in faith with this burden of death and accusations and expose all the sin, right? So, like, basically, like, under, like, an attack of death because I'm exposing these motherfuckers in my testimony. It's basically, like, what the principalities for fear and intimidation had for me because I didn't want to be one of them, you know? And then, like, I remember one time they wanted me to fight this girl. And, like, one time I, like, beat up this girl, like, really bad. We, like, jumped her. I don't know, like, it was in the alley, okay? So, I'm assuming when I was in the world, I beat up the spirit of, like, the pits, okay? Because an alley can represent, like, a dark time. Or it could have represented, like, my own spirit, okay? Like, self-destruction when I was on drugs. That could possibly represent that, you know, time when we beat up this girl in the alley. I mean, I would never do that to myself, but that's apparently what I saw, okay? Or it could just represent the people that were, like, I don't know. I really don't understand that part, but I know this one time they wanted us to fight this other girl, okay? And, like, me and the skinny chick that used to, like, cut herself and stuff, like, walked over. One was on a bike, one was standing. I, like, hit this chick in the head with, like, a bottle. I was destruction at the time, okay? I got my ass beat by this girl, and it was so embarrassing. And Eloisa was, like, stronger than me, and she's, like, tiny, like, 4 something. And she, like, saved my ass because I got embarrassed so badly by this bitch. She just, like, got mad and got off the bike. and like whipped my ass, and I couldn't fight, you know. And I was like screaming, trying to get help, and like everyone was like making fun of me for it, you know. But Eloisa actually like saved my ass because she somehow was stronger than me. Okay, like she could represent me like having no influence and fighting in the spirit. But I had a dream that I was the one on the bike, and Nicki Minaj was the one that was cursing me. So when I got my ass beat, that was my spirit fucking up the spirit of this destruction in my life when I was in the world in the past, you know. And apparently being small helped me, you know. It's kind of like weird, but that was like what happened in the past. And like another like story with them is like these guys wanted to attack this woman. They were mad, so they like went to her house and like busted bottles on the car. And like the guy came back and had like all this like glass in his hand, and this little girl like took the glass out of his fingers, you know. So I think that represented like these people attacking each other in their own covenant, and destroying the opportunities for each other. Like it represents like the chaos in the world when like all these celebrities fight each other, just because of like jealousy or envy or whatever it is. Like I prayed many times for my enemies to destroy each other. So that was like what I saw. Okay, and then after that, I'm gonna talk about these dreams I had with what was it? Like I saw a school bus. Okay, like wisdom of the truth when I was in school. I dropped out of high school, so that's the reason I never did anything with my degree, because of these curses. Okay, like these things happen in my life because of the curses from these people in Hollywood. Okay, and I saw this in the church. I saw this chick doing this whole performance of how she's gonna fight me. She represented not the people on earth. Well, the people are on earth, but she represented this actual curse from the celebrities and like actors. And she left. Okay, like I kicked these people out of my body when I stopped hanging out with that crowd. Stopped being around them. Like they don't have an opportunity for me because I just don't talk to them anymore. I just like left that situation. Stopped listening to worldly music, you know, and stopped watching their movies. So after that, I had a dream that I was with this girl Amina used to be best friends with. Her dad used to have a store, and in this dream we were like, there was all these clothes. I was like picking out all these clothes, and for some reason Amina kept like taking my outfits from me. I don't know why she would do that. I've only seen her as like fighting my understanding in the past, and apparently fighting my positions. I'm not sure why, or maybe just because of lies. She believed lies, or told lies, you know, or sinning or whatever. So after that I went back, started picking out these outfits I wanted again. One was like a gray and white jumpsuit, and she was like, oh, you know, my dad's so nice. I bet you when you go up there, he won't even charge you for that stuff. And I was like, well then why the fuck do you keep taking my outfits if he ain't even gonna charge me for this stuff, you know? Like that represented a time when her dad had this store, and we used to go into his store and like eat like whatever we wanted. And like there was a curse of destruction on her family, and I know that it was this curse on my life because that store represented her and I having like whatever we wanted and not having to suffer for it, you know. So this curse of destruction in Hollywood destroyed her family's business, because that business represented us just having whatever we wanted in our sin, without having to like dedicate our lives fully to Christ and have whatever we want and just be sinful and do whatever, you know. This curse of destruction destroyed that. They destroyed her family's business because that's what it represented. And after that, like I saw Phor coming down an elevator. He had glasses on, like, hello, he was on the phone, and I was like laughing, like, holy shit, that's what's his name. I couldn't remember his name for some reason. Then I saw Hazel E. She was like, oh, that's suicide. And I was like, oh yeah, that's suicide, blah blah blah. So I seen Hazel E. as someone that like is willing, even though they have a great position, like these actors, to walk down the stairway to hell, or maybe like myself, walk down the stairway to hell to talk about a betrayal of envy, getting killed, you know, like maybe like my testimony or something, I don't know. she told me that 4 represented suicide, okay? So suicide, 4 represents this chick that like tried to kill herself and cut herself. She was like suicidal and like crazy, you know? And she made like anger for joy look crazy in the past for these like celebrities, you know? Like if you're angry about angry because you can't have sinful joy, like you guys look crazy. Because in this chick, that's who this person was. So so suicide is like twisted up revenge, you know? Like revenge for no reason. Like you have no place to be angry or vengeful, you know? So let me see. Self-image issues, like wearing the glasses. So 4 represents this chick that used to do that. Okay, I seen him killing a familiar spirit. So apparently when I was hanging out with her and we were doing all this shit, we killed these familiar spirits. Hold on, let's see again. So, sorry. I see me like losing a lot of opportunities because of this 4 person that I seen as this girl in the past. To like for money, because I seen Ryan Henry as like money, I guess, you know. I had a dream before that I missed an opportunity to be with Ryan Henry and I went up with 4 instead. That means like like I was confused into believing that I was walking with faith for people that are doing this shit, are like suicidal and shit, because they can't be sinful anymore and destroy me in their music videos. Like I don't stand up for people that want to kill themselves just because they can't destroy me. Like, I mean, I might be okay with it if I knew all the shit they did to me, but it's still not like righteous. You know? So suicide means like a warning of pending suicidal thoughts, oppression or depression, hopelessness, spirit of heaviness, self-hatred, wanting to give up, self-pity, twisted form of revenge or getting back at someone. So 4 represents this like spirit of oppression that I've seen in this chick a long time ago. And like he's now communicating joy for these like self-image issues. Like they were giving this girl joy for trying to kill herself in the past. That wasn't me, obviously. Like I think I'm like a foundation for righteous beauty. And that was it, you know. I seen Hazel E like standing. So like she represents like someone that's standing for exposing these people and for the way that they've cursed the people in my world and the way that they've cursed me. And I'm gonna read some scripture that kind of like relates to this whole thing, you know. It's in the book of Luke 19. So 19 could represent like judgment, okay, or finality. So this whole thing is like representing the judgment for the spirit of destruction and actors and celebrities. Okay, y'all can't be mad because this girl already represented like someone that looks crazy for being mad. Apparently she fought y'all motherfuckers already, okay? So Luke 19, it says, Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but he was short and he could not see over the crowd. Okay, so maybe that represents people in the industry that want to help me or want me to be famous, okay? But they can't see me because of the public opinion for all the people that are doing this. So he ran ahead and climbed a fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, I'm relating myself to Jesus because I'm righteous, okay? I'm not saying I'm God or anything, I'm just saying I'm righteous. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, Zach, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. So apparently I was in the spirit with someone that wanted to help me, but couldn't because of this public opinion. So I stayed with them in the spirit. Okay. Other people saw this and began to mutter, he has gone to be a guest of a sinner. Okay. So people were talking shit about me staying with people that want to help me, even though they're in a unrighteous business. Okay. Hopefully it's not like people that are cursing me Okay. Zach stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." So this person was not unrighteous at all. Okay. Jesus said, "Today salvation has come to this house because of this man too is a son of Abraham, for the Son of Man came to seek and save the lost." So he fought these people that were attacking him for being with someone in the spirit that wanted to give him glory or beauty, but couldn't because of the public opinion, apparently. Then he said, while they were listening to this, he went on to tell them a parable, because he was near Jerusalem and the people thought that the kingdom of God was going to appear at once. He said, "A man of noble birth went to a distant country to have himself appointed king and then to return. So he called 10 of his servants and gave them 10 minas. 'Put this money to work,' he said, 'until I come back.'" So he's talking about a story of someone that he was a king, he had a kingdom, and he appointed servants to do stuff for him, apparently. But his subjects hated him and sent a delegation after him to say, "We don't want this man to be our king." People in my world that I gave them opportunities to work things out in my life all turned against me because they didn't want me to be a governing principality for righteous beauty or righteous favor or whatever, so they all betrayed me. Then he said he was made king, however, and returned home. So even though they didn't want me to have any type of rule, I became rule anyways, apparently. Then he sent for the servants to whom he had given the money in order to find out what they had gained with it. So he gave people some favor and told them, "Multiply your favor, and then I'll come back and see what you've done with this favor I've given you." Okay. The first one came and said, "Sir, your mina has earned 10 more. "Well done, my good servant," his master replied. "Because you have been trustworthy in a very small matter, take charge of 10 cities. So because you were able to multiply your favor, I'm going to give you a lot more favor," okay? The second came and said, "Sir, your mina has earned 5 more. So this person was able to multiply favor. Another person was able to multiply completion. I've seen these as people in my family that are able to do this. But I got destroyed by this curse of destruction, okay? My brother, I think, is a person that is able to multiply completion. He's good in his finances, okay? Someone that can multiply favor is my brother and his wife. They have they're able to multiply a lot of favor. His master answered, "You take charge of 5 cities, okay? So take care of someone was telling these people you're gonna be in charge of favor, you're gonna be in charge of completion for finances, you're gonna be in charge of this,